Hello, international foodies. This is Juan from Eating with Carmen Food Tours, and today I'm gonna tell you all you need to know about Cancun.
For the past 50 years, without any doubt, Cancun has been one of the top favorite vacational destinations for people from all over the world. Its great success has opened the door for tourism for many other cities and towns in the Riviera Maya and the Yucatan Peninsula, like Playa del Carmen, Akumal, Tulum, and Puerto Morelos.
A city with a little over 1 million inhabitants, with around 42,000 hotel rooms and counting. Year after year, Cancun's international airport receives millions of international tourists. And I know that if you're not already in those millions, you'll soon be part of the millions to come. That's why I'll give you a quick guide with all that you need to know when traveling to this popular destination. Around 5,000 years ago, off the coast of Quintana Roo, a large dune in the shape of a 7 was formed, known as Punta Cancun Nizuc. Over the years, this dune joined the mainland naturally, creating the Nipchucte Lagoon. Bordered by mangroves, it has over 4,000 hectares of water surface, and more little lagoons like Laguna del Amor, Laguna Bojorques, and the Rio Ingles with hidden freshwater cenotes and species of all kinds. In its early beginnings, the island of Cancun was occupied by a few fishing travelers, and eventually, families of Mayan origins came to settle. The Mayans named their populations about what was most abundant in the area or to some geographical characteristic of the region. The word Cancun or Cancun or Cancun, according to some anthropologists, can be understood as place of the golden snake or nest of snakes. The meaning can change according to the pronunciation or meaning of the words, whether relating to gold to the rays of the sun, the snake to the wavy shape of the island, or the fact that there are at least 46 species of snakes in the region. Furthermore, we cannot ignore the two snake-shaped heads at the entrance of the El Rey archaeological zone and the always present image of a snake on the headdress of Ixchel, goddess of the moon and fertility. Centuries later, in the 1960s, with the huge success of tourism in Acapulco, the Mexican government took on the task of searching the entire coast of Mexico for more potential areas to exploit as a beach destinations. Towards the end of 1968, Mexican architects conceived the Cancun Island project, based on two areas, the Hotel Sun on the island and a service city on the mainland, made up of a set of housing megablocks called supermanzanas, with public spaces downtown and shops and other services around. By the early 70s, they began to assemble the most basic infrastructure and then built the first hotels in Quintana Roo. At the very beginning, almost no one trusted the project, but eventually it exceeded expectations, and the city, as well as its population, began to grow exponentially to what it is today. Cancun enjoys a semi-tropical climate, and you can generally enjoy the best Cancun weather if you travel between December and March. But keep in mind that the near-perfect weather also attracts large crowds. Humidity tends to be high for most of the year, with the presence of a few cooling breezes. While the annual average is only 78 degrees, it is not unusual for summer temperatures to reach 95, with July being the hottest month. Vacationers should be aware that in early fall, Cancun experiences greater storm activity with wetter conditions, and there is a great chance of hurricanes between September and October, and temperatures typically reach 80 degrees. The vast majority of flights from the United States, Canada, and Europe arrive at the Cancun International Airport, but it is important to know that Mérida, Cozumel, and Tulum also have international airports. The following transportation options will be very useful in most of the territory of the state of Quintana Roo and the Yucatan Peninsula. To leave Cancun's airport and get to your accommodation, either in Cancun Hotel Zone or Cancun Centro, you can consider the ADO Bus Company, which also has a variety of routes to many nearby towns such as Playa del Carmen or Tulum. Then, You may have to take a taxi right there at the bus terminal that will take you to the exact address, and the price will be equivalent to the distance to your destination. Now, if you come with a large group or a lot of luggage, private cars could be a more comfortable option, or perhaps more convenient if you plan to tour both the island of Cancun and nearby towns and beaches. Although they have a reputation for being the most expensive transportation in the city, taxis are a good alternative to visit specific points of interest in the city of Cancun, such as beaches, restaurants, and amusement parks, or if you're in a hurry to get somewhere or after a long night at the clubs. Rates must be consulted in advance, either with the driver before boarding the unit or with a concierge from your hotel. It is recommended to pay in pesos and always carry small bills or coins. The urban bus lines are the most direct and affordable way to travel to any point in the city and the hotel zone. These buses drive through the Kukulkan Boulevard, the main avenue on the coast, and they have stops in front of most hotels, as well as the busiest beaches, restaurants, nightclubs, and shopping centers. They are organized by routes marked with the letter R and a number. R1 takes you to the ADO bus station, and R2 takes you to the famous Mercado 28 and Walmart. The hotel zone in Cancun is the heart and main artery of this important tourist center in Mexico. Besides more than 200 hotels and resorts for you to choose from, you will always find many activities like shopping malls, museum, and even some Mayan ruins. It is framed on the side by the Caribbean Sea and on the other by the Nicchupte Lagoon. At night, the vibe in Cancun changes a little as the clubs in the hotel zone begin to come to life and music is heard everywhere in the area. Shows, drinks, and parties can be seen everywhere in places like Cocobongo, Hard Rock, and Mandala, among many others. Stating the obvious, the main attraction of Cancun is its beaches, most of which have large stretches of white sand where you can lie down and sunbathe. Eating one of the restaurants around and spend the whole day in the sea snorkeling, swimming, or surfing the waves on jet skis. So put on your visors and bathing suit to visit each one of them. Escape from the touristy hotel zone to learn a little bit more about Mexican culture, delight in traditional dishes from the region and the entire country, and discover the best kept secrets of this city. To get to Cancun Centro from the hotel zone, you can take Route R2 or R1 or any bus that has the word downtown or centro written in the window, and just tell the driver where you want to get dropped off. If you plan a walk through Cancun Centro, you can start at the iconic Glorieta del Ceviche or the Ceviche Roundabout, which is located at the junction of Avenida Tulum and Avenida Coba, which in the hotel zone is the Boulevard Kukulkan. Its official name is North-South Dialogue Fountain, but nobody uses it.
This is Parque Las Palapas, one of the most traditional places that you can visit in downtown Cancun. It was founded in 1971, and on weekends and on special occasions, you can watch cultural presentations in the stage that's behind me or the esplanade. And you can even come to practice your dance steps because sometimes they have free danzón and salsa lessons. It's a great place to visit with your whole family because they have a little kids playground where the little ones can enjoy, and they have a lot of different food stalls where you can try many different traditional dishes of Mexican food. It is surrounded by hotels, hostels, and bars where you can hang out. This is Mercado 28. This market has over 200 stores that sell Mexican crafts made by local artists.
If you negotiate a little, you can get a good discount on ceramic products, leather goods, painted and handmade pieces, lucha libre masks, tequilas, shirts, magnets, and even silver jewelry. If you're interested in visiting Mercado 28 with fewer crowds, I advise that you arrive first thing in the morning or later in the evening, when there is less people around. It's highly recommended to pay in cash and not use a credit or debit card. If you're staying at the Cancun Hotel Zone, take the bus with the route R2 and Market 28, and keep walking for a few minutes, just a few blocks further up the street, where you'll see a large archway and the signs for Mercado 28. When you're ready to leave Mercado 28, follow the same path back to your bus stop to return to the hotel zone.
That's right, my friend. Cancun has so much to offer beyond its beautiful beaches. You have remains of the Mayan civilization in every corner, activities for the whole family, and beautiful, amazing traditional dishes from the region. No wonder so many tourists keep coming back year after year to their home away from home. So see you next time you visit.